We have a massive transformation today. Oh, yes, walls are coming down. It is the first week of the renovations and massive progress has been made. So settle in and enjoy this longer length video. In the last video, you would have seen all of the prep and planning that we have put into this. So now it's time to execute on the plans that we made. Okay, this is the last time you will see this in this current state anyway. I'm a bit behind because my builders arrived earlier than I thought. So here is our last little look around. This is day one of demo. So yeah, I did actually have a few things to wrap up, but I didn't get a chance to this morning. So here is, what time is it? 10 a.m. and this will be the last time we see it like this. Okay, day one, and the wall is down, and we've made, isn't it amazing what they can do in a day? So tomorrow, okay, well, first of all, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let me show you around. That's my kitchen table and chairs that was here this morning. That's my kitchen, but I've been making tea and I just pulled back the curtain here. So I have a little bit of light. It's just about 4:45, so like that's grand time. So then over here, if we stand back, this is the space that we will have in the kitchen. So I'm going to come over to the fridge. So the guys have cut out where up here will be the steel beam, and my house is being propped up by some poles. And yeah, so all of this floor will be taken up and it will also be getting leveled, and you can actually see how uneven my floor actually is. So it's getting leveled from, see here, where that cracked tile is. It is raised here, and then you go down here and you can see that it kind of dips as you go into the hallway. So the hallway, now, I should have, look at my stairs. I'm going to clean this up now, and I'm going to put the carpet tape on this because I've noticed my feet, even just walking down to get tea and back up, look at the dust on me. I am dragging the dust because in here, obviously the living room is dust free, but then you look at the floor, what do you see? My footprints. So I'm going to just close this one. Oh, okay. In here, yeah, nothing has changed here. The floor will be coming up, and in here is my junk room. So this day next week, when you walk in here, it will be French door all the way across. This is Bjug's first time down. I think Bon is there. Hi, Bjug. I've been upstairs with her all day so that she has not been getting too nervous with all of the noise. So yeah, bit of reconfiguration to do with the electrics, Buggy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to cover the stairs because I'm just thinking little pause. So Bjug, because of all the noise today, I'm just letting her walk around and inspect, just so, I don't know, just keep her involved in the process. Also, how cute are these ladders? These look like nice little vintagey wooden ladders. Love a wood ladder. Also, they have their own kettle, which is great. They have their own kettle. They're just my sample bits. So yeah, you can already see we got a lot of dust. But listen, it's grand. Also, look at this Hoover. How cool is this Hoover? Bjorg, what do you think of this Hoover? She was like, what have you done? So that is day one. Oh, they've also been using this fan in the hallway to blow dust out. But tomorrow, tomorrow is the noisy day. And steel is going in. No, this is getting cut open. Little steel is going in, and then a big steel is going in. And then this is getting cut open. So blocks are coming out. Tomorrow is going to be the noisiest day, he said, because they're kicking out the wall. And I am tempted to maybe bring Bjorg Bon somewhere. Like I can't bring them around to my brother's because they have a dog. And I know a lot of people were like, why didn't you move out for the week or 2 weeks while work was happening? Well, firstly, I can still, it's only me. I can use the kettle. It's now 5 o'clock. I can make my dinner. They come at 8 in the morning. I'll have my breakfast before they come. I'll have my lunch upstairs or in the living room. So it's not a big disruption to justify going somewhere. But it's very hard to find somewhere that is cat friendly. And Bjorg Bon don't go to catteries. Whenever I'm away, they stay here and people come and stay with them. So they have no disruption to their routine because Miss Bjorg, if she gets nervous, she'll pee on things. Which is why I have been with her all day and just trying to be as normal as can be to keep her calm and to not pee on stuff. I am worried she may pee on something tonight. So I'm just going to get up in the morning and check everything and see if she's peed. I might actually just keep them upstairs tonight and they can jump out the window to get outside and jump back in, but just keep them away from here so that they don't pee. The last thing I want is Bjorg peeing on the builder's stuff and they're like, someone has peed, and I'm like, it's my cat, I'm sorry, she gets anxiety and pees on things. Also, she has been to the vet. This has been if you followed us since Bjorg was a kitten, she liked to pee on the bed, which she has outgrown, thankfully, with a bit of training and a bit of patience and everything. And she has outgrown peeing on the bed. That was a kitten behaviour. So that has stopped. But every now and again, every few months, it'll be a random attack. And then she has to go to the vet. And then this costs me more money. And then they're like, everything's fine. She's just stressed. And I'm like, wow, join the club, Bjorg. So how are you feeling, Bjorg? You need to rub your cheeks off things to mark your scent, yeah? She's like, girl, what have you done? I'm like, Bjorg, trust the process. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. Please learn from me. Now, in fairness, it was because a hole had to go up there. I can hear, my curtain has fallen down, but that's okay because I need to get my air fryer out. Anyway, I love the carnage. Tape your stairs before anything. I thought, I might be all right. No, I am naive. I had to double tape this. It does say it's carpet tape. Listen, in an ideal world, I don't want to be using all of this plastic, but here we are. If there was paper, you would slip and rip, especially things. So this is it says it's for carpet, so it's not as, obviously you have to be careful on it, but it's not as bad. Another thing You would have just seen I was barefoot. I was barefoot because my feet, they're not actually that clean, but the underneath my Crocs are shocking. So I'm not walking barefoot on the building site, just in case you thought I was barefoot. But I was barefoot sticking this on because my Crocs are shocking, full of dust. So at least this is taped off and hopefully won't get damaged. But like, look at the dust. Oh, I love dust means progress. And this is the messy middle. I love the mess. I sometimes love the journey more than the destination. That sounds really cheesy. Like it should be on some sort of little poetry thing. Now ask me on day 5. Day 5, I'll be like, I'm done. But to me, it's just like progress. I feel like this is breathing better. But anyway, I actually meant to say, I didn't finish saying about Bheag an Bán. So a lot of the Airbnbs around here, well, first of all, this time of year, I know the kids are back in school, but an Airbnb in Ireland is still quite expensive. A lot of them are not pet friendly. No, sorry, cat friendly. There's a lot of dog friendly places, and Bheag an Bán have never been anywhere else. Like obviously they have their routine here. If you're a cat owner, it's not like bringing a dog somewhere and they like get excited. And when you have cats, they're very into their routine, their environment. If I was to bring them to like an Airbnb, Bheag would rack up the damage within 10 minutes. She would scratch things. She'd probably pee on something. My deposit would be gone in 2 minutes. Now, I'm sure if I looked hard enough. Another thing as well, Bheag an Bán are not used to driving. So they only go into the car for 10 minutes to go up the road to the vet. So if they were to drive for any longer, I don't know because they've never done that. So in an ideal world, I would have loved to gone to a lovely little cottage for a week with the cats, but it's just not a reality. Because it's too far, it's too expensive, and they will lose the cleaning deposit and they will damage the house. It's harder unless I train them as kittens, but I mean, this is their home, do you know? So that's why I'm here, if you're wondering why I didn't. And also, a lot of people don't have the luxury of going somewhere for a renovation and an extension. So a lot of people just have to embrace this carnage for however long it is. Because I'm only doing a reconfiguration, it's not like I'm not adding on to the house. So I'm not making my house bigger, I'm just reconfiguring. It's not as big as like if you were getting an extension. If you follow Karen, you will have known that she had renovation work done. There's me without Carton after falling down. She had renovation work done this time last year. I think it was September as well. Where she actually extended on, added bathrooms, a big job. And I think hers lasted right the way up until the end of November. She does have a video on that if you want to go and like check it out as well. So yeah, that is the reality. I know she had people asking her the same, like, oh, just move out. When you've already taken so long to save up to get work done, spending an extra like $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is to move out, I mean, that's the floor budget. That is the floor budget. So I love the mess. The mess means progress. We love to see it. Anyway, I'm absolutely waffling. Do you know what it is? I feel like I haven't done anything in this video because if you watch my other home videos, I'm usually pulling something, wallpapering something, stripping something. I have been upstairs filming a bedroom video today, but I kind of feel like in this video, you'll probably just see me taping up the stairs because I was going to take up a few tiles, but I'm like, no, I've paid them to do that. Like, nah. They're also well stuck on randomly. They've been finding pennies everywhere, but they have been like under the floor. so in the grooves under the floor. But they're not that old. 2008 was one of them, which that must have been when they changed the floor. We have a pence, we have an English penny, and then the rest are like, that one's 2006. These are new enough, 2004. I wasn't expecting to find any old ones because this house was built in 99, so the builders didn't eat their cookies. Maybe they didn't realise it was for them. And they also have their own kettle, but they did say that they have their own microwave in the van and kettle, just because they, like, depending on where they are, and to not be ended up eating deli food all the time. I was like, that's really clever, but like, you can use mine. I suppose if they're working on like a big job where the electricity and the water has been shut off for a bit, they probably don't have, like, that's why they need a kettle. But I thought, that is very clever. Anyway, me and my air fryer are going to make chicken tenders and chips because I purposely didn't have a lot of food in the fridge in case the fridge does need to be plugged out and moved when they're taking up the floor. So that's all I have in my fridge is spicy tenders and chips, which is going to be my dinner. While my house is getting a glow up, somebody else needs an autumn glow up, and I am relying on the skincare this week because you'll notice in this video I'm quite barefaced, but that's just because these builders arrive early, so I'm literally going on strong skincare to look alive. My skin this September has needed a little bit of TLC with all of the going on holidays and just being out and about from summer, bad skincare habits, being dehydrated. I just need a little reset. So the house is getting a glow up, and here's how I give my skin a bit of a glow up. For the past year, I have been using the Foreo products to give my skin that youthful glow, even if I'm not feeling so youthful. I'm going to begin my skincare routine with a double cleanse, and I'm going to be using the Luna. I have the Luna 3, which has like a microcurrent in it. So I'm going to give my skin a good cleanse and exfoliation. After a deep cleanse, I'm going to be using the FAQ 202 LED mask. This mask is going to help with fine lines, hopefully ease some of my freckling and pigmentation and any redness. So this is my skin before I stick on my mask. I have put no serums or anything like that on because I'm going to do that after my mask treatment. So this is my skin just freshly double cleansed. I don't have too much pigmentation from summer this year because I try to keep my skin like SPF to the max on my face especially. But yeah, I can definitely see some freckling around here. So I've just connected it. And I'm going to do the anti-wrinkle 15-minute treatment. So what I like about these masks is they are super lightweight. So if you've seen some of the other masks on the market, you'll know that they are quite big and also wireless. So the other ones, they tend to be kind of plugged in, so you kind of have to sit on the bed. I can go around the house, I can do some bits, I can do some laptop work. So it's lightweight and cordless. There is a gentle heat on it as well, and you'll see there is 600 points of light on the mask as well. I also like that it just has an open eye design as well, so it's not irritating my eyes. It is recommended to use it 3 times a week for 5 to 15 minutes. I like to do the full 15-minute treatment, and I think over winter is when my skin tends to get more dehydrated, going from the cold outside to the central heating, so you have that transition. I notice it because I'm always outside a lot in winter. I'm going on my winter walks and I feel my skin gets that tightness. Now I am going to use the UFO next to give me an instant hit of moisture, but the mask will work underneath the skin layer, so it will penetrate deeper. You would have saw my mask just changed there. So you've got 8 targeted LED wavelengths as well, so whatever your skin concern is, there is a targeted treatment for that. I'm going to wait for this to finish, and then my next step, I'm going to use the UFO to just give me that glowy skin, and I'm going to do a mask treatment on it. I have the UFO 3, but you can get mini versions of the UFO if you want to use it on the go. I'm going to be doing a 2-minute mask treatment, so this is really quick. If you want that dewy glow, I love the Glow Addict masks and also the H2 Overdose masks that will give you that instant plumpness to your skin. If you would like to get more information on the FAQ 202 or any of the Freo bestsellers, and I have a discount code for you, then click the link in the description and I'll pin it to the comment section as well. And make sure to use my discount code that I'll pop on screen. And if you use that code and link together, you will get 30% off almost everything on site. And the good news as well, my discount also applies to already discounted items. So if you've had your eye on any of the products, then head on over, use the link and the discount code to get your discount. And life update, no builder saw me in my LED mask. And it's day 2. It's noisy, there's lots of rubble. It is the dustiest day, but it is the day of the biggest transformation. And I hope you can see the vision, because this is exactly what I had in my head. Now, don't get me wrong, when the doors go on next week, it will be complete. But it has been my dream to open up this back wall. Now, I may have to keep on top of the garden and make sure the garden always looks nice, but it means when I come home and I walk into the kitchen, this is my view, and this is what I have dreamt of for such a long time. Well, here is today's first look for on. You can come down. The men are gone. Björk doesn't like men. I think it's because she's small and they're really tall and they make noise anytime they come, because they are tradespeople doing a job for me. You want to come down? You can follow me down. Come on. Okay, this is the dustiest day, which you will have seen. And ta-da! Hang on, I maneuver this camera. So there's not, I suppose, now that it's been boarded up for the night, this is all you can kind of see. So for the next few days, this is boarded up. Isn't that right, Bon? So Bon is having his little walk around. He's actually been quite good. He hasn't been hiding too much. It's more Björk I'm kind of worried about. So, but today was the noisiest day, so they'll be grand. Bon just likes to have a little nosy at everything, and then he goes. So tomorrow, this steel is going up here and up here. There was a bit of like, that's the old water thingy here, and then there's Björk. Are you coming? She's just a bit more sheepish. Would that be the word? So I have to watch her, because you know what she does. She likes to pee on things. So now tonight there is much more dust. It was the dustiest day. So aside from making tea, that's all I've been able to do. I do have a bit of light coming from here, which is great, but you would have saw all of the light. So even behind here, like, there's so much dust, but that's fine. So tonight will have to be chipper. Oh, yeah. So it's looking good. So steel beams tomorrow, and then I think it is floor coming up. Oh, radiators, signed off on the radiators today. It's because I want ones that look like vintage radiators. Now they're not going to be vintage because ain't no budget. But there's a long one for here and a short one for here. And Bugha's, she's like, where's my door gone? There used to be a door. I learned a random fact today and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I sometimes get comments from people overseas and they're like, why do you have doors? Why do homes in like Ireland and the UK have, why are they small? Why do you have doors? Because open plan living is like more popular overseas. And the guy said today, he's like, hang on, Bughy, I'm making sure she don't pee. Bughy. The builder was saying today that steel in construction was obviously popular for commercial buildings, but steel in homes was not like used, or it's obviously like quite expensive as well. And when you want to do big doors like this and open out, like to have larger rooms, you need steel supports. So he was saying like that's why a lot of homes, especially here, is she peeing? No, she's not. Yugi, you have my heart broke. She's investigating. I thought I could hear her peeing. She does it so quick as well. So yeah, that is why a lot of the homes, like the newer builds, obviously have larger kind of living spaces. But if you have an older house, this house isn't even that old. It was built in 99. So what, 25 years old, 26. So that is why it is not buggy. So that is why it is not as popular for having large open plan living. It's because steel was not used in like homes. It was used in like commercial properties, but it took us a while to catch on to using the steel in a house. So like that makes a lot of sense. I think when the builder was looking for something up there, it was all like wooden, big, thick rafters, not like steel up there. Whereas new builds, I don't know, it looks like they build new houses out of Lego. I've seen the new houses being built and it looks like these little blocks that get filled up. They look like polystyrene or something. So I have no clue. But my house is wood and stone, like most houses. So when you want to do something like this, you need the steel. And thank God I did, because I was tapping that wall being like, oh, this isn't a supporting wall. And like the amount of steel that has to go in. So thank God I didn't just take it down. So let that be a lesson to, just because a wall is hollow sounding, it may be actually supporting. I had the assumption that only concrete walls were supporting, but this is why we consult people. Imagine I took that down and the ceiling or the back of the house started sagging. Imagine. Anyway, I don't know what to get for dinner. I don't really want a chipper because I know today is probably the worst of it. They just say they can take the little curtain down at the sink tomorrow and it won't be as dusty, because the next messy thing is like, well, I suppose the steel going in would be dusty and then floors coming up and stuff, but it's not. Today's dust was because the blocks were kind of hammered out. So I am like, the amount of progress, it's amazing. In 2 days, there's 2 walls after coming down. I'm just like really happy. When I first walked down, because obviously it's just me and the cats in the house and the 2 builders, and like I almost like got emotional, but I was like, no, don't cry in front of the boys. Don't cry in front of the men. So I walked down and I just saw the flood of light. Well, first of all, I came down the stairs and I saw all of the light, and it just so happened to be sunny at that moment. And I walked, oh, Bon. Bon just tried to climb a ladder, but thankfully there's a pole here. You're going back upstairs now if you carried that on. Yeah, I walked in and I just saw like this flood of light, and I stood at this little thingy and was like, I think I need them to leave this steel pole, because I had my cup of tea leaning on this and I was like, yeah, this is what it's going to be like when the doors are in, and I'll be standing in the morning leaning. Although I don't know if I will have, I suppose, to lean on the door. But I was like, this is a lovely leaning post. So that is it, day 2. I don't know if I think these 2 days will be the most visually impactful. I think the next kind of visually wow day will be door installation, which will be in the next video. But I will document like the next 2-3 days because, I don't know, things like the radiators going in, like that's cool and pretty. And yeah, there's still a lot more to do, electrics, flooring. Yeah, but I think the last 2 days were the most like, wow, 2 days. But I will keep documenting and sharing the journey, and I need dinner recommendations. There is a Zambreros not far from here, and they do Mexican, and it's not too like heavy. I do love a boujum though. That's all she paid. Or do I just get like burger and chips? But yeah, I reckon I'll be back on the air fryer tomorrow. Yeah. Also, I have this random thing. Look at this. This is a jig. Well, I'm calling it a jig, and it helps them lift steel up. So yeah, that's cool. And also, I don't know if you saw, obviously I can't show you, but I think I got a shot where they covered my grass. Well, you can't see it. They covered my grass with these little boards, and I just thought that was so lovely. I didn't mind about the grass getting damaged, but now go on, what are you doing? I have to go because I can smell something. I obviously didn't keep my eye on her. I was too busy talking to you, thinking about what I wanted for my dinner. I can smell something that I shouldn't. So I have to go and clean that up. And day 3, things start to tidy up on day 3 because the steel went in. So there's less of those metal things kind of propping up the house. And also the old flooring got tore up. So it's a bit dusty, but I think these 3 days are the dirtiest days. Now we're hopefully going to get a little less dustier. Well, maybe when the doors go in, it might be a bit messy, but this has been the worst mess. So we're getting a bit tidier as the days go on. Oh, Bjug had a very big day today, didn't you? Do you want to come downstairs and have your... Come on, and do you want to have your dinner? Oh, okay. She seems to be in much better form today. Day 3, the steel is in. The floors from the 2 rooms and the hall is up. And Bjug, she actually... You didn't hide in the room. Good girl. Well done. So Bjug came down when the builders were still here. So that is a progress for Bjug because she has some social anxiety. Social anxiety around men though, because Bjug is okay with women and children, but for some reason, I think it's because she's so small, and because this sounds terrible, my brother is not tall and she's okay with my brother. But if like someone is tall, she gets a bit like, what are these? And it was noisy today, but it wasn't as noisy as yesterday. So she seems to be, we also had no anxiety wee-wees. She did not pee where she shouldn't have peed. So You will have seen the clips that I shared of day one, but I'll give you a little look around. Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting it to be like this tidy today. Neither were you, Bjorg. There's less things for Bjorg to kind of... This is the thing, if something new is in her space, she needs to like scent mark it. But sadly, she does that by peeing on it. But she only does it when it's anxiety. And obviously this is like really stressful for her, but I want her to just, I don't know, be included. Anyway, this is a video about renovations, not about Bjorg's social anxiety. Okay, so today we have a beautiful beam that I am so excited about. This will, even though there is wood on it, you'll see there's wood. This will be getting like plastered over. I wonder is there, because like I like the, see that metal like rivety thing? I mean, I don't mind that, but obviously I don't want, oh, it is level. It's level. Obviously I don't want the steel exposed, but I wonder is there a way to leave the beam, the wood, and then stain it? Like I know you can do a faux beam, but like I wonder could you just plaster this steel and leave the wood? Like my builder might be like, why? Because, I don't know, men don't get the aesthetic. But I mean, because it is already a nice, well, it's just wood, isn't it? Thick. Yeah, but it has knots on it. Oh, here goes me thing. But hang on, hope Bjug's okay. I do like the way you come in and like, I just think it's a little ceiling detail. So I need to see if that is a possibility to just plaster in the side and leave the wood. So hide the steel, leave the wood. Now I was blaming the curtains falling down on the cats, but I actually just think it's the ghosts. Now actually that window is giving me some light, isn't it, Bjorg? It's giving us some light. But one thing Bjorg is doing, she's going over to where the door used to be, and she's like, let me outside. So she has to go out the front door. So over here, we just have the bottom of the cabinet and all of the floor has been taken up. And they took up the floor and the skirting boards are fine, which is amazing because the price of skirting boards, the price of getting someone to fit them, I would probably have to do it myself and it would take me 10 years. They also kept, remember there was a wall here and a bit of skirting board. They kept it because I can use it then to patch up here. What else? Yeah, I'm boarded in tonight. So it is fine. Like, yeah, bit drafty, bit of wind coming in here, but like totally fine. And then the hallway has had the floor taken up. So this will be getting leveled, but to be honest, the floor underneath is grand. It's just like concrete. So this will be getting leveled because I will be putting tile on it. Well, I don't know because, Bjug, have I decided on a floor? Time is ticking. I will, maybe next year if I have the budget, I really want to like do up this bathroom. I feel like Bjug is on the tour. She's like, yeah. I want to do up the downstairs bathroom and they said don't rip up the tile if you're not going to be doing it anytime soon because you could cut your feet. So just leave it and then when you're doing bathroom reno, you can change this. Now another thing you're probably seeing, Bjug, please, boys have been in that toilet. That's where the builders pee, Bjug. Get out of there, come on. You probably see an awful lot of dust everywhere. So I think a lot of it is settling from yesterday. It is like everywhere. It's, here we go. Like the bottom. Yeah, I now understand the whole dust thing with renovations, and when people say, oh, the dust. And I'm like, no, it can't be that bad. It is. It is. So, day 3 is great progress. Day 4 is Thursday. They said they'll have another like full day here tomorrow. The bit of tile has to come up where the fridge is. They have to level the floor. The radiator pipe work has to be done. Some of that kind of stuff. And then I kind of have the weekend to myself because the door is coming next week. And all they have to do is pop out this window. So I think Monday, actually I'm not sure, I have to find out like what day the doors, because they were confirmed, and then the door people came out to have a little look, and then they were like, we'll confirm with you. So, but the day before the doors come, that window is getting popped out. They have to do something, and then the next day when the doors come, the window will come. Now, another thing, if you were wondering how I slept last night being boarded in, so I made them, I was like, no, are you sure? First of all, they're like, are you worried about a mouse getting in? And I was like, no, I'm worried about a predator getting in. Someone with not good intentions. Also, when this video goes up, it will be after the doors have been installed, maybe by 2-3 weeks. So if you have ill intentions and you want to come in my boarded doors, this will be, by the time this video goes live, it will be caged in and all will be fine. It is, yeah, it's drilled into the stuff. It's solid. Someone could come along with like a thing and like one of those jigsaws, but not a jigsaw. It's like on a saw, you know what I mean. They could if they wanted to, but I'd hear them. So would my neighbours, so would everybody else. It's kind of like sleeping in a tent. But surprisingly, last night, I slept totally fine, considering it was one of my, like, not fears, but apprehensions was sleeping with this opening. But the builder made a valid point. He was like, if someone really wanted to come in, they'd probably come in the front door and break in that way. This is very noisy. This is very messy. So, also my next door neighbour, I obviously told them about, renovation. Oh, now here's another problem I have. Bon is the other side. I don't know if you just heard that meow. Oh, I can open the window actually. Hang on. So Bon is, no, don't go back out. Use the front door. Okay, he's in. Bon is very social with the builders. He's fine. He doesn't have Bjug's issues. So I did have to leave today for 4 hours, but they said it was like when it wouldn't be too loud. And then thankfully when I came back, they were tearing up the floor, so I was with her for the noise. But she does seem much better today, and she's kind of, when you can just tell the mood, the cat's mood. She was in the vet, and I was contemplating getting her, like, you can get cat Valium. Well, I don't know what I call it cat Valium, but I didn't want her to be like, I thought I might traumatise her a bit more. I don't know. I have those plugs actually. Do you know the pheromone plugs? I have a load of them around the house. But yeah, if you have any tips, although by the time this video goes up, all will hopefully be well. But yeah, if you've any tips for anxious cats, I've just kind of been like coaxing her and just kind of being with her, haven't left her bar today for 4 hours. But she seemed okay, and she seems to be better. She has her little space where she can kind of go to hide, and she's comfortable there under the bed. I have a little thing set up for her, and then when I come home, she comes out and she's like, hey. But today, very proud of Bjug. She's been very social. Well, for Bjug. Now, day 4, and I've just run into a small, it's only temporary, it's only a few hours, but I have to keep cats off of the concrete. So today, looking a bit brighter, but as you can see, the floor is getting like leveled. So I was saying, I think in the first video, that the floor is higher over here and then it kind of dips. So you'll see it's 20 mil here and it's 10 here. So he's trying to keep it like level it and flatten it, like as best like he can get it. So yeah, but as you can see, this is wet. And I have 2 cats that have been upstairs all day. Now I can put them into the living room and open the window for them and they'll go out and come in, and then I can bring them up to bed. But what's the first thing they're going to want to do? They're going to want to jump on this, and I can't have that. Now today there has been probably, it's not as impactful as like the other day when you saw the thing down. I actually didn't get any shots of the wall down today, but it's basically the concrete step on the other side, and then the plaster is coming after the door install next week. So there's a bit more like patching up to do, but this got like boxed in, and where the beam is all boxed in. I can't see what's over here, but maybe my camera can. Oh, hang on. I got excited as well earlier today. Look, I have to be careful because this is my Crocs. One wrong move and I'm in trouble. There is a plug behind here. We can't see it, but there is a plug. And yeah, day 4, in the morning actually, you can actually see it's starting to kind of set a bit over there. In the morning I'll be able to walk on this and I can like show you around a bit more. Something that I didn't think about was the tea situation. So my builder kindly just climbed over the cabinets to get my kettle, and they gave me their milk because I was like, damn it, the tea situation. I have like a beekeeping Zoom call tonight, so I was like, listen, I can just go around to the garage and get tea. But they're like, no, we'll get you your kettle. I have water upstairs, but it's such an Irish thing. It's like, oh, the tea. So I didn't think, but I cannot access the cat food or any of my stuff, like air fryer. But it's literally just for like the night, and it's now 5:30. So I'm gonna go around the garage, I'm gonna go around to the supermarket. I'm gonna get the cat's food. I'm gonna get myself another takeaway. That's something we all need to talk about, is how bad your diet is when you can't access your kitchen. You know what it's like? I feel like, you know, when you're on holidays and you eat out all the time and you get like sandwiches from wherever, I feel like that's what it's been like this week. Like when you're on holidays and when you're traveling and you eat crap. But anyway, it's only one more night, so I can justify getting it. I think I might get Chinese tonight. Anyway, I have no builders tomorrow and for the weekend. They are coming back Monday to pop out the window and do patching, getting it ready for the door installers who are coming. And I need to just, like, they haven't changed their installation date, but they were here the other day, so I just hope like that's still grand for installation date, because I'm so eager to get these boards off. I think because I'm not going to have builders for 3 days now, because we're going into the weekend, I actually think, so you would have saw I tried to get those boards off this morning. I think I'm going to get my jigsaw and I'm going to make myself a little door, because I have hinges in there's gold hinges, remember? When I was doing the door behind me, I have hinges and I have a barrel. So I think I might make myself a little back door because I actually can't access my garden for the weekend unless I climb over the fence. So I think if I was to drill out a little door, I don't think they're gonna mind. I'm just thinking, like, do they reuse that sheeting? But they could reuse it with a little door. They can keep me hinges and latch. It just means I have access then. Anyway, because I'm like, I don't know if I can go 3 days with going out into the garden. Anyway, I think what I might do tomorrow is start the dusting, just even for the stairs. So if you look at the stairs, so I reckon I can make a dent. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I won't take up the sheeting, but if I reckon I might be able to just start brushing it all down and even just start. I feel like I need to like wash the walls. Like water is the only thing that will get this up. Yeah. Also, apologies for the sound. My microphone for this camera is over at where my biscuits are. You can see it from here. Yeah, but at least all the sheeting is down. So I reckon I could tomorrow when the floor is dry just do a bit of cleaning. Another thing I was thinking, but I don't know if I'm wasting time, I was going to sand the skirting boards, but I'm going to wait until the floor is leveled because I'm just thinking my tile sample is somewhere around the corner. Will my tile sample be too thick to go under the skirting boards? So will a tiler be like, nah, you just need new skirting boards? So I don't know. I was going to sand them while it's dusty, but I don't want to like double job and it's like wasting my time. Anyway, this is all trivial stuff, but great progress. Looking tidier as the days go on. And I don't have to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Them builders come so early. Like, they get the job done nice and early. So, yeah, skirting boards. I didn't factor that in, but listen, we'll be grand. Now it's time to do a little bit of satisfying deep cleaning, and you might be wondering, why are you even bothering to do a bit of cleaning? So I'm going to do the hallway, the stairs, and my countertop because I have no builders for the next 3 days. A lot of the brick and demolition work is done. The air feels a bit heavy with dust, and I don't want to wreck the clean areas of the house by dragging everything in on our feet and paws. So I'm going to do the first of many cleans. But I'm going to clean the hallway because the next thing to happen in the hallway will be just some floor leveling stuff being put down. And then down the line there will obviously be painting and tiling. But I'm going to get a head start on the cleaning, and I had a quick look online to see what's the best way to not smear the dust around and actually get rid of it. So I'm going to begin by getting my good old shop vac out of the greenhouse. So this Karcher usually sucks up the cobwebs from the greenhouse, but today it's coming inside. So I'm going to use this to just hoover up any of the dust that is just there. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. The builders had some fans and like a filter thing while they were here, so they were able to blow out most of this as they were going, so that was pretty good. But obviously there's still going to be some dust left over, so I'm going to hoover up as much as I can. This is definitely a job for Henry. I do miss Henry the Hoover. The Karcher is good, but I don't know, I just feel like Henry's indestructible. So once I have hoovered up as much as I can, I am going in microfiber we trust. I know some people aren't fans of microfiber cloths, but a damp cloth is amazing for wiping down the walls. So I have my window cleaner pole thingy. So I used a hair tie to put it on the end, and I used that to just wipe down the walls. In fairness, there wasn't too much on the actual wall itself. It was like on the doors where there's detailing in the doors, and at the bottom, the skirting boards, they kind of had like accumulated the most. So a bucket of water, I did put in a tiny bit of fairy soap, a little bit of dish soap in it. Just kind of helped lift up any grime. And I had to change the bucket of water often. So anytime I did a wall, I would change the water and wring out my cloth. I kept just wringing, wiping, scrubbing. And the water was black going down the drain as it was just full of dust. So I was chatting to my friends this week and they were like, it must feel so weird walking downstairs and seeing like the change in space. And if I'm being brutally honest, it feels how it should have always been. So when I used to walk into this space, so when I used to walk down the hallway, which you would have seen at the very beginning of the video, there was the wall straight in the middle, one room to the right, and then the kitchen to the left. And to me, it just felt like it should never have been there, if that makes sense. It's like it was cutting off. And when they removed the wall and not the back wall, so just on the first evening when I walked downstairs, the tiny doorway, and it was a normal sized doorway, but it was just so natural for my walkway to just walk down and walk to the kettle. I didn't have to have this harsh left-hand turn over to the kettle and feel, I don't know, almost cut off. I feel like now the house makes sense in this area. It definitely makes sense for me anyway. And I'm so excited for the next video when the doors will be installed, because then, I don't know, it just feels like this is how this back space looking onto the garden should have always been. Usually when you move something around in the house, even if it's like just rearranging furniture, it can sometimes feel a bit odd or something because it's, I don't know, it's just different. But when I walk down now, or if I'm sitting in the living room and I look out, granted at the minute I'm looking out at these wooden boards, but I just know when the windows are in, it's just gonna feel like, yes. To me, it's like, this is how this house should have always been. I do have a renovation Q&A video that I can pop a link to, or you can check out the DIY diary playlist that I have, because I do have some videos of the planning stage where I was just sharing, you know, what my plan was, and we were going shopping for, you know, floors and doors. Have I picked a floor yet? Not yet. Not yet. And the floor is getting leveled, so I don't know, time is ticking. But yeah, if you want to see more videos on this process, then you can check out the Q&A, or you can check out that playlist that I mentioned. And also, don't forget to subscribe. It really does help the channel. Subscribing is free, and just say hello in the comment section. Let me know where you are watching from. If you too have also recently had any renovations, and if you have any tips and advice that you can share with other people in the community as well. And if you are planning a renovation, I hope that, I don't know, maybe my video was just a bit insightful, because I am trying to just keep it real and share my experience of it. So I hope that is helpful. Now we still have a good bit to go. So in the next video, I'm hoping we will have some doors and we will no longer have big wooden boards that are a little bit drafty. Now another thing, actually, a little renovation tip that I can share with you, just something that I was like, this is a good time of year. So if you're like me and you're having a job like this done, and you may have a couple of days where you have a wooden board, think of the time of year, because I was just thinking to myself last night, it is a bit chilly. So I obviously right now don't have the two radiators, so there is no source of heat in this kitchen. And my heating is still working in, you know, the bedroom, the living room, but this room was quite chilly at night. I had to come down with my fleece on over my jumper, socks and slippers kind of job. So September is a lovely month to do some renovations. But just bear in mind, if you're planning to do a job like this in like December or January, even February does be cold, just be careful that if you do have to stay in the house and you don't have the luxury of going somewhere else, that just bear in mind the cold, because it was chilly. Now thankfully, come next week we will have doors, and then I think they ordered my radiators a few days ago, because I want the ones that look they're going to look like the cast iron ones, but they're not going to be cast iron because that was not in the budget. So yeah, just a little thing, actually a little tip I could share with you. September, lovely month to do a bit of reno because the evenings are still bright. So it's currently getting dark at about 8 o'clock now, because I was just thinking to myself, God, if I was doing a job like this in the depths of winter, I don't think I would be as enthusiastic as I am in this video. So maybe plan your renovation. I know some people don't have the luxury because right now it's really hard to get tradespeople, especially in Ireland. So you can probably just take whatever date that suits the builder that you want. But if you can plan an autumn, spring or summer one, I highly recommend that. And my last lesson that I learned was tape up your stairs before they even begin. Do not wait, because I underestimated the dust. And one thing I noticed for me was I was the culprit. So I was dragging the dust into the clean places by my feet. So by my Crocs, then I would take my Crocs off, then I was barefoot, and then my feet were dirty. So yeah, tape up everything in sight. Hello, Miss Biggie. She is much happier today because there's nobody here. There's no noise, just a noise of me in the Hoover. And she kind of has her kitchen back, although her food bowl is empty, so she'll be looking for lunch now. So I just cleaned the hallway because obviously it will get dusty again, but not to the extent of like what we had, and this will also be getting painted, but I just wanted to soak up as much of the dust as I could in this space. So this part of the floor will be getting leveled in the next video. So you would have seen it's I hope I didn't, it's 10, I don't know if you can see that 10 there, and then it's 20 here. So it's kind of like this center is slightly more dipped than over there and here. To just touch wood, I don't think it's been too bad, considering like this is what day is it? Is this day 4 or day 5? So yeah, like the next thing to do floor wise is the leveling, and then the next dusty thing. So I didn't clean in here because over here where the fridge is, that tile is going to come up, so that's going to cause dust. Like, didn't clean the kitchen cabinets or anything like that, just the counter, because I'm going to make myself a nice lunch now. So I have made I just cleaned down the countertop, and this window is coming out on Monday, and then I will be, because it's actually quite bright considering, I mean, that is boarded up. So I have this for the weekend, and Monday afternoon they're going to pop it out, and then I'll be left just overnight in complete darkness down here. So that's fine. And then the install day has been confirmed then. So they'll be coming, and yeah, there'll be a team of fitters from the door company that they will be putting it in. So in the next video, we will touch wood. I'll go into plan, Miss Biggie. Are you okay? Do you want to go out the window? She's kind of like, girl, where's my door now? Next video, we will have doors. And yeah, so once all of the bits here will move over, and this part of the floor will need to be leveled as well. So it's just finicky things. The plasterer is also booked in for the next video. So all of this will be plastered in. Also, those light fittings are gone. But yeah, so there's just, I think it's quite tidy. I was expecting to kind of be in like what you saw 2-3 days ago for a long time. I was only like that for like a day, a night. So I actually think they are really tidy, Boogie. What do you think? Have you? I feel like this video has been one big Bug update. It's like, how is Bug coping? She's much happier today, and Bon is totally fine. He's more social, but Bug, how would you trust the process, Bug? In a few days, you will have beautiful doors to run outside and light coming in that you can sunbathe in. You will have to excuse my lack of glam. I've just spent the last 3 hours scrubbing. Yeah, and I know that there'll be a fair bit of cleaning ahead of me, but I'm not doing too much because I know that sanding will need to be done for painting. So I just wanted to get, you know when you sometimes feel like you can feel it in the back of your throat? I just wanted to clean it up a bit more. the dust will settle again, but it just won't be as bad as that. In the next video, we will have the doors. I do have a video from summertime, if you want to check that out in the meantime, that I went door shopping and floor shopping, and I think I did share the shape of the doors. I may have shared it in the last video as well. So in the next video, make sure you're subscribed because it will be here next week, next Thursday. And yeah, you'll get to see the doors and we will be one step closer to, I don't know when I will be finished, but the builders will be finished once the radiators are in, we're plastered, and yeah, then it will be painting, flooring, and I'm nowhere near styling. And especially with the dust, I'm not gonna like decorate until, when I say decorate, I'm not gonna bring trinkets out until, oh, that's the stair. I hear weird noises and it's like the cat's walking on the sheet and on the thing. I'm not gonna bring trinkets out because they'll get dusty just with the, it's like you'll get the bulk of the dust, but then you'll find like a few weeks after, just it gets a bit dustier than normal as the little particles settle. The guys did have fans and filters, which was great, because I feel like it should have been way more dustier, but maybe it's just because I'm over the worst of it, so I'm like, it's like when people say about childbirth, it's like once you do it, it's horrific, but afterwards you're like, that was fine. I could be at that stage. There's still a lot of mess to come, but not as messy as the other day, so I think that's why I'm like, yeah. Anyway, I am waffling because I'm a little bit deliriously tired. Even though I wasn't the one doing the jackhammering, I feel like it was just a lot this week. I was kind of, I don't know, even though I didn't do a lot of the physical exertion, mentally it was a lot. So yeah, if you are doing a reno as well, be kind to yourself. Just because you're not lifting bricks, yeah, I still feel like fatigued this week. I'm like, can't wait for the weekend. So that's all I'm going to do in this video. I'm going into the weekend now and I'm going to go watch Downton Abbey with my friends in the cinema. Maybe have a cheeky wine as well. And that's my weekend. And then next week we'll kick off with popping windows and installing doors. We are so close to like the biggest thing, which is the doors. Then we still have a bit of way to go, but she'll be grand. Be grand. And my garden's not too bad either. So listen, we're flying.